They're not a difficult build, although they do have a lot of joints to make them articulated. Hello, this is BJ from Hearns Hobbies, and today I'm going to be looking at this Bandai kit of the 30-minute missions of Luluce. So this is a female figurine, which is fully articulated. It's along the same sort of design as the Kotobukiya frame arm girls, but this is the Bandai version, similar sort of size, 1/12 scale, and they're designed so that it can be put into various poses and also show various facial features because it gives you different faces inside. So let's have a little look at some of the images on the side of the box. So you can see here, this is one of the figures which has been mixed up with some of the parts from the mechs from the 30-minute missions. So there is some carryover there where you can use optional parts. There are specific optional parts, clothing and hair and other accessories as well, which I'll show you a bit later. Okay, so from there, let's look at this side, which gives you a good indication of the kinds of poses that are achievable. So all the joints are designed to be very flexible, and as you can see here, you've got fighting poses, action poses, and then a standard standing pose. And there's the 3 different faces, which I'll show a bit closer up when I open up the box. There's a few options here too to get the armored mode. And at the moment, there are quite a few of these particular figurines. This is one of the later ones, but there will be quite a bunch of different ones as well. Okay, different outfits. And then of course, they can be customized with different kinds of clothing, armament, mix it up with some of the mechs, and there'll be also hair pieces and other accessories. Okay, so inside, what do we get? Okay, you can see the box of bits, sort of medium size box. And I guess unlike the Kotobukiya type kits, which give you a lot of options, these ones give you a fair amount of options, but you'll be able to get others as well. Okay, so there'll be various hands in closed positions. The faces are included as well. And I guess the faces are quite nice in that they have already pre-painting on them. Okay, so let's move this across and we'll have a closer look at each sort of individual bit. Okay, so let's pull this first one out. So there you go, you got your faces. The skin tone is a little bit different, so there'll be multiple skin tones. There'll be lighter ones to darker ones. And then of course, when you buy them, they will have the matching skin tone inside. Okay, so let's pull these out. So you got face 1, you got face 2, 3, and then we've got this part here, which I think is the neck section. And they're all molded in the same color there. Okay, so you've got number 1. Let's do a close-up on it. So face 1, you see how it's been molded with one locating leg at the back, so it's easy to change over. The great thing about these is not only just the posability of these figures and how you can change the faces. The great thing is because you can do it easily, these are great for stop motion animation. Okay, so you see this one which is looking towards the right. So that's face number 1, face number 2, looking straight ahead. And then face 3, you see she's got this sort of, I guess what is it? Action sort of screaming type effect, I guess. And then of course you could even change the whole expression by repainting that if you liked. Okay, so it's great that it comes with 3 options there, and then here's a closer up of the other part. So we've got a joint there, which is probably a neck joint. And then you see how this has been slide molded. So you can get that joint fitting deeply inside. And you see a lot of ball joints there as well. And that's how they get all of this flexibility in this particular figure. Okay, so they're the face parts. All right, we'll pop those over here. All right, so next up we've got quite a big bag of parts. This is multicolored. So typical multicolored sprue from Bandai. Let's get all these other loose bits here as well. Okay, so you got this big part with, again, skin colored parts. You can see the belly here. This is probably the small of the back. You've got arm joints, leg joints, and you've got armor components on this gray section. And then this is a torso section, so that's the front of the belly, that's the backside. This is part of the hip. You can see how that's separate, so you can get all of that movement. And then you've got these grey parts here for accent details. And then on these brown parts, we have the hair components. Okay, so there's a front fringe. You've got the top of the head, and then you've got the pigtail. Okay, so let me just quickly zoom that in and we'll have a close look at some of these bits. Alright, so here's the larger sprue. Alright, so we've got our grey parts. These are the armour parts. You'll see there's a shield here. And that looks like it's probably brassiere, I'm guessing. And then we get into the skin parts, so they're the legs. You can see how they're split at the thigh, so they can rotate. And then you have these additional joints here, which will be probably around the hips. You've got the arms, and again they're split as well, so they can rotate. Ball joints. You can see the belly there. And then that'll be the small of the back. Over here we have the torso sections, which are in this light grey. Okay, so that's the front of the belly. So that's just inserted here, the flesh part, and then there's the back. You see there's a butt, and there's the other part, which is the small of the back, which would be flesh coloured. So then you've got the upper part of the chest. And you've got some of these light brown khaki type accent parts. Okay, so that was a big sprue, and then we have a look at the hair. So there we go, so there's the fringe. And it's great how it's in multiple bits, so it's very easy to change hair. I'll show you some optional hair towards the end of this open boxing. And you can see how it's just got this location lug. Okay, and then you've got the top of the head. See the point here where you do the, actually that could be the back of the head. So that'll be for the pigtail. You've got ball joints here as well. And then you've got the pigtail. Okay, so you can see that's where the ball is going to attach to the back of the head, so you can have that waving in different directions. Okay, so that's a nice brown. Okay, so I'll pop that over here. And then we have our final bag of parts with all the rest of the components. Okay, so we spread those out. Got a variety of white parts. Again, you've got some khaki parts. So from here, we've got the soles of the shoes and these would be joints. So they call these the 30 ms joint parts. So 30 ms being for 30-minute sisters. And if you haven't gathered, the 30-minute part was a concept that was designed to be not too difficult in construction. So they're aimed at being built within 30 minutes. Over here, we have quite a lot of joints as well. There's optional hands at this point. So you've got gripping hands, closed hands in a fist, multiple ball joints. And by looking at all the complexities of these joints, you can see how they've designed this to be very flexible. Okay, and again, that's called a 30 ms joint set. And then we end up with some of the leg features. Okay, so there's like lower leg, arm, got the shoes. And I'll start zooming in and we'll have a closer look. Okay, so here we've got the light grey parts, which will be arm parts. You can see the joints there as well. Going on to the leg components. So these are more external parts or armor type sections. So you can see you have one foot. As we move across, there's the legs, and then the other foot, and then some more finer details. When we look at these joint parts, which will be quite common between these will probably be molded in different colors depending on which particular figure it is, but there's a ton of ball joints. You see most of this is framework, and this is where we get into the optional hands. Okay, so you've got gripping hands in the center there. There's a fist, and then another fist on the other side, more ball joints. And then you've got additional joints here, okay, for the legs, probably also for the torso and such. Okay, so that's that. And then we have the final set of joints. So you have the soles of the shoes there, more large joints, the other sole, and then again additional hinges and joints. Okay, so that's it for all the plastic components. Let's have a look at the manual. So here's our manual with some really good examples of the kinds of poses that are achievable with this kit, and then also if you change some of the accessories. So they show you the hair pieces that have changed there, quite easy to customize. Okay, so let's open it up. So this is goes through how to customize. So that's mixing a figure with a mech from the 30-minute missions range, so designed to interchange fairly easily. And then you've got mixing of armor components, and then hair, hands and such. Okay, and then at this point we start getting into the construction. So we have the legend of all the parts, how they're named, how they're numbered, and where to find those particular components as we put it together. And then we'll fold this open, go to this side. So quite a bit of explanation here on how to locate the parts. So you've got sprue 1 and sprue 1, and they're in a similar sort of, grouping of like parts. And over here, this shows how the parts are designed to be snapped off without the use of side cutters. Although you can use side cutters if you want it super clean. All right, so again, we've got all these arranged in a particular assembly order. So this is your first assembly, second, third, and fourth. So they guide you on how to make the build really quick and simple. So we go with the first step. The first step is building the from the top through to the torso. So we've got the face components. So there's a head, and you have your options of the 3 different faces, which will be quite easy to change later. And then there's the back of the head, or the hair, a ball joint, and then construction of the ponytail and the connection of that, and then the fringe. From there we start building into the chest. You see all the multiple joints. You got ball joints into the side of the chest to control the angles of the shoulders. Start building up the neck. You've got the front of the torso. You've got the waist. And then you end up with all these sub-assemblies that you've got 4 components that just press together. So the head clicks onto the top of the torso, to the bottom of the torso, to the hips. Okay, from there we're going to move on to step 2. And this is construction of the arms. And over here it also gives you an indication of where to find all those components. Okay, so you're doing the right arm and the left arm, and you finish off by clicking the arms onto your sub-assembly of the body. Next you get into the legs. So similar thing, you've got an indication of which sprue to find all your parts. You start your assembly, you've got your right leg, and then you've got the mirrored finish for your left leg. And then again, you have the legs which are clicked into place. And that's pretty much the main assembly done. And then you get into section 4. And section 4 is showing all the accessories, I guess. So we've got all your shields and your optional extras. So at this point there's the fitting for various stands. Now stands are going to be particularly helpful if you're going to have like flying action poses, or you want to be fixed in a particular position while you're doing your stop motion. And it's quite handy how this particular fitting can be placed on the top or the bottom. Then you have option for hair pieces. So they're just snapped in between the 2 hair parts. Your optional armor on the sides there, on the shoulder. You've got the jetpack that's been added to the back here. There's the shield holder, which is like a wristband. And then how the shield can also be used as a hat. So there's quite a lot of variation and customization available. And this is showing how to quickly change the faceplates and how to change the, I guess, what do you call that? That would be like an extension on the thigh. And then how to use your hands with optional weapons. And then also with different helmets. So that's a helmet from the 30-minute missions mech. And that's it. So that's the construction complete, and as you can see, there's a lot of different options available. Now, to further add to options, let me just quickly go through some of the options we have on hand. Now we have, this is a body part set, and it actually has all this torso part. It shows you at this point what you get. You see in here you've got multiple pieces just to change the look. So it's quite easy to customize and change the figure to any particular way you like. You can use any or all of these components. Now if I just open this up, we'll have a quick look at what's included. Okay, so you have a simple instruction manual which just folds out. We've got this really bright fluoro yellow type components which are identical to this part here, which is from the original kit, just in a different color. Okay, so there are additional joints and soles for the shoes. Again, another set of joints which are a different color. Then you have a large sprue section here which has got all those customized bits. Okay, so quite a different look altogether, different bust, different chest, and different leg components. And so quite easily, just with that, you've got additional parts to customize the figurine without buying a full figurine. And then you've got just the addendum type instructions on how to build these and how to attach those onto your existing figure. So very interesting indeed. And on the back here, it just gives you a rough idea of what this particular torso or option parts is going to look like. Now, apart from these sort of larger body parts, there are also a range of hair pieces. And that's just 4 of them. They will be releasing quite a number of them in different colors, different designs. And that's another easy way of customizing. So if I have a quick look at this one here. So 2 pieces of sprue. Again, you've got fringe part. So we do a quick zoom in on that. So the fringe, okay, it's in a red color. And these will be available in various colors in different times. You've got a pigtail. Well, actually not a pigtail, they're the sides of the fringe. And then you have the back of the hair as well. It's nice how they have so many parts just to make this look fairly natural. Okay, easier to fit. Okay, so that is my open box review of, this is Luluce from the Bandai 30-Minute Sisters. There's quite a wealth of different kinds of figures coming out. They're very easily customizable. You can get additional parts, as you can see, and they're perfectly suited to anyone who likes customizing. It's a little bit like, I guess, dolls in a way, but these are going to be much more articulated. You can get them in much more interesting and exciting action poses, and you can quite easily customize them. Particularly their faces, you can paint them up and make them even, I guess, more detailed again. And they're great to, I guess, have quite a bit of fun with. They're not a difficult build, although they do have a lot of joints to make them articulated and really good for stop motion animation. So that's it. 30-Minute Sisters, this is Luluce from Bandai. Thank you for watching.